As a great Jedi apprentice said one time, this is where the fun begins. Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Nick's Toy Box. Real exciting unboxing and review today, and that is the Hot Toys exclusive straight from the Japan celebration of Star Wars. This is the Darth Vader Sith Apprentice Artisan Edition, aka, let's be honest here, Anakin Skywalker. Of course, this figure here is kind of a lot of controversy right now, right? We had just gotten the Artisan Edition Anakin Skywalker. People were kind of gambling, anticipating, speculating if we were going to be getting a Sith Eyes one for the Revenge of the Sith anniversary. And then during the Japan celebration, kind of threw a curveball, right? And gave us this one. Very limited quantities. Very limited there at the Japan celebration. And an even smaller release. I wouldn't even say worldwide. Most of it was still kind of concentrated. People kind of upset. Missed out on a chance on, a beautiful figure. Rightfully so, right? I think we're probably going to get another one for actual Revenge of the Sith, because every indicator for this points that this is actually an Ahsoka figure. And that's going to be for several reasons, which we'll kind of go over throughout the video here. I say it every video. I don't really care for boxes, but this sleeve is, it's gorgeous. It's using the actual figure for the front, so we're not getting like gaslit or false advertised into thinking we're getting something we're not. This is the legit figure. And of course, this is a DX figure, and I will elaborate on that a bit because I am still kind of at war with what does DX even stand for anymore, but we'll get into that. So with that being said, this unboxing experience is magnificent. I love this glossy red with this matte black. The presentation is absolutely gorgeous, but then we also get an even more beautiful inner sleeve once we peel this off with that blood red. And there he is in his evil Sith ways, Anakin Skywalker, or presumably Darth Vader, which is one of the reasons why I will say Ahsoka, right? Reference him as Darth Vader Sith Apprentice as opposed to just Anakin Skywalker. Another reason why I'd say it is, of course, the eyes, right? They're more accurate to the Ahsoka show rather than the Revenge of the Sith. The two scenes of his eyes there were the different Sith color eyes. Anyways, DX experience, as you know, not your typical unboxing. So we actually get a very nice pull out box here as opposed to the pull off box. And with that, instead of our normal flimsy little piece of cardboard, we get a thick cardboard with foaming on it and beautiful, beautiful toy blogger photos of this figure himself. I know DX, you get that more premium for the unboxing and for everything. I just really wish that one day this would be the standard for unboxing, because it's just really feels quality. Get these beautiful pictures. I love it on that thick stock with the foaming on the back. Beautiful. And here you go. You lack conviction, Darth Vader. That was said in Ahsoka. Definitely not in Revenge of the Sith. So, it's Ahsoka, right? Ahsoka figure. Anyways, get all this stuff aside. We get another exclusive piece, and I gotta go ahead and get on the soapbox and talk about this thing, because I don't want to say I hate it, but for a DX exclusive figure like this, I kind of hate it. So let's talk about that. So while this figure was announced and they did the blogger photos, this looked really cool. I love that symbol in the middle. I love this texture. I thought, wow, really, really cool. It looked thick, looked pretty cool. But then I get it in hand and it's like really cheap plywood, and it's not even painted black on both sides. Like they couldn't do the other half. For an exclusive figure and with the DX tag, like why are we getting this? You have these pegs that can't even be colored black on either side, just on the skinny sides. Come on, Hot Toys. It's really disappointing, really lackluster. If you were going to give this to us, you should have made it all or nothing on the quality. Really disappointing. So while I don't inherently hate it because I think it looks cool, I hate it because of the quality. That aside, let's get once we start getting into the box. You have this really beautiful red, and it separates and hides all the extra accessories. So you just get the body, and then you just get the Artisan head sculpt showing. And there it goes. Talks about the wool hair implantation and the separate rolling eyeballs. I kind of think you don't need to keep bragging about the rolling eyes when they're in everything, because it feels like they're trying to say that that's part of this DX experience. When in actuality, it's not really the case anymore, and it happens with a lot of figures. Here's the body. We'll get into it in depth, I promise. Just a quick look at it while it sits there stationary and all of its gorgeous look, right? We have a robe that we will, of course, take a good look at, and we have lots of other accessories. You got your booklet, which for a figure like this, I recommend you maybe skim over it a little bit if you're unfamiliar with DXs. Just because, you don't want to ruin this thing, right? We're going to get this guy out and do a small look. We'll get into it again, but I know this is what people are really here for, right? That beautiful sculpt. Sorry, I try to get my camera to cooperate here. I'm going to be an odd one out, and I know when I say how much I love those eyes. We'll get into it, I promise. Just a quick little tease on that, and we put it off to the side in its very beautiful little case. And as we go over to something else that I am upset about, and that's going to be the base. Really disappointed that not even for just DX, but for like a exclusive figure, but really for the DX here, we're getting robbed of like a really cool base on the like Sith 1.0 Anakin from back when he came. I think it was on like in that floating droid base. Really cool shelf presence. This feels kind of like a robbery. While I do love the painting application, and I do think it is very nice looking, it doesn't have any light up features. It's pretty bland. It's what we've seen for some of the other figures. I mean, for crying out loud, my Captain Rex that just came in had like a little sand base, but we can't get anything like that for this figure. Womp, womp, womp. I hate it. Something that is cool is, of course, going to be his robotic arm, right? Fully articulated fingers, lots of swivel functions, great detailing on the inner workings of it with all the pistons and the wires and the workings. Really cool. Love that black and gold. I know we don't really see it a lot in the movie, minus like his shirtless waking up scene, but we don't have a figure to like recreate that. So I think it's really cool. I was on the fence if I really wanted on my figure or not, but it kind of takes away from the look. We'll still show him on the body. And I'm gonna say them giving us this with those articulated hands steals away or from the amount of actual hands that we should have gotten. Why? Why? I say it every time. DXs are feeling less exclusive and less like a premium product when we're getting robbed of hands. Our Captain Rex, the new one that just launched, got so many hands for both editions of the armor, the Phase 1 and Phase 2. Whereas this DX figure here, we're kind of lacklustering on some hands. Would have liked some more. It is what it is, I guess. We're going to keep it rolling. They are all beautifully crafted. The skin tones on the flesh hand, gorgeously done. Really like it. Love it. It matches the other skin parts of the body very well. Very good. That's what we want. The gloved hands, nice and textured. They look really, they look executed well. I'm just always going to be bugged that I can see this corner that we're turning with Hot Toys, and that's them robbing us of extra hands and other accessories likewise, which, like I've said, for a DX figure, it's kind of a slippery slope, and that's my honest opinion. Put that aside. They are all beautiful, and they all look nice, and I absolutely love these hands that we are given. I just want to see more. If anybody from Hot Toys is watching, please, just give us some more. That's all I ask. Okay, I'm going to try not to be on my soapbox as much. I feel like I've been a little negative so far in this video, talking about some of this DX experience. Just seeing what we've gotten in the past to what we're getting now. I just feel like I'm just going to keep circling back to it. These are all the workings to make, the electric stuff work and make the rolling eyeballs work, which will bring us over to the sabers. Beautifully crafted, beautifully painted, textured, movie accurate / show accurate. since we're going off Ahsoka as well. You get your wired hilt and your not wired hilt, which is of course cool for your display options because not everybody can run wires on their display. So giving you the option for it to go either way is of course very appreciative. So thank you for continuously doing that, Hot Toys. However, we get multiple blades here, red and blue. So in my mind, I'm thinking wired hilt should have like a neutral color, right? So that way you can pick and choose which one you want to be lit up. Incorrect. It's red. You can only use the light up on the red, which really sucks. Once again, for a DX figure, why not give us two hilts or just give us one that just has a neutral light? So that way you can use either one. So you can even use these like motion lightsaber blades that I don't really care about, but other people do. I'm still glad they come with this. Anyways, had to throw that in there a little bit. It is disappointing that once again, not even just for a DX experience, just for a Hot Toys experience, giving us a light up hilt for only one of the two optional colors. It sucks. It's like a robbery. I know. I need to be more positive. But when a figure this big comes out and it's got everybody losing their mind, this is not what you want to see. Okay, I'm going to try to be more positive. Let's look at the robe. I'm a sucker for cloth goods. This thing feels pretty luxury, I will say. I love how soft it feels. It didn't really have any quality control issues on mine. Love it. Love the wired cape. It's all pretty good. I really don't have a whole lot of complaints. Minus when it comes to putting this thing on the figure, because of it being an Artisan edition figure, working with that hood to put down enough pressure on it scares me because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin my Artisan hair. And you'll kind of see that when I show you the pictures of it with the robe on. Just a heads up. I think now it's time mosey on over to the body itself. I'm kind of being careful babying it a bit. This is my baby. This is probably the coolest, rarest, exclusive, and most nostalgic figure in my collection. Just want to say that now, so I don't forget to throw it in later. This thing is beautiful. Absolutely love it. Love the colors. Love the working on it. The detailing. It's absolutely gorgeous to see. The flesh colors on the neck, very beautifully done. We'll get more into detail about this. I'm just kind of saying some stuff as I get this figure prepared. But yeah, absolutely love this body. Love it. I know what we're waiting on. And truth be told, I've been waiting on it too. I wanted to jump the gun and just only talk about this off the jump, but we had to build it up. And I think we've done that. So let's give y'all what y'all came to see. And that's going to be the one, the only Darth Vader, because it says Darth Vader on the box. But then it says Anakin Skywalker on the tube. Anyways, I love the presentation. I know they keep it in this to keep the Artisan hair safe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. Popping it off is not as scary as I thought it would be. And this head sculpt is locked in and safe on here. I've heard some people say that their Artisan is hit or miss on how it looks out of the box. And some people have had to work it and tweak it to get the hair down or to even model it a little bit. I will say, minus that one strand you see that I worked down, I think this is gorgeous. Whoever worked on mine, thank you. Love it to death. This is my first Artisan. I have some on the way, but this is the first one I have in hand. And oh my god, I love it. I love that hair. It really brings a uniqueness to it. But ultimately, what we're here about is those Sith eyes and that menacing look on his face. And my god, did they nail the likeness here to Hayden Christensen. Beautifully done. Way to go. And like I said, I might be the minority here. I love these eyes. They pop so beautifully. I think even more than the ones from actual Revenge of the Sith. I don't hate them. I'm never going to actually swap them out or do anything different because I love them that much. I will say, from someone who's never dealt with Artisan before, getting this head sculpt on and off is a little different because kind of grip it like you saw in the video with the hair to not mess it up. It's not really a big deal. With that though, hold it kind of similar when you're messing to move the eyes, because remember, separate rolling eyeballs. You get the tool from Hot Toys to be able to use, and it is really effective. It's not super effective when you're trying to show off to a camera because I'm not looking at where I'm moving them, so it gets a little weird. But when you're not worried about an audience, really easy to pose around. I mean, you can actually use your fingers for this one because there's nothing blocking it, nothing obscuring it. Either way, super easy to get these to move around, which is super nice and super convenient to be able to do. But now, we're overdue to see him fully together, minus any accessories, on a turntable. A gorgeous figure. Love him to death. Seeing Hayden here, so well done. And I just mean, what was that? I mean, we're doing this, right? This is the Sith Lord. Hayden, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. Sorry, it's being a little extra here. I'm having loads of fun with this figure. Getting him on this turntable, he is stellar to look at. The likeness is, I would say, damn near perfect. I cannot get over this figure. I'm going to try to talk a little bit more serious here and contain my excitement. But this dude, freaking awesome. I think for him himself, I don't have a lot of big complaints. You still get the full head swivels, which we'll get into. You get the arms come up nice and high. And with that, the elbow joints are nice and fully articulated. So no stress there. And of course, with this all being cloth good and super baggy, works really, really well. He is stiff in the ab area because of that belt and everything else, so didn't really give a lot, but whatever. Same thing's going to go. There's some padding higher up on his thighs, so you can't go up that high. But the knees, perfect, beautiful bends. The ankles are going to be pretty stiff because of those boots. And they do have a little give, just not a whole lot, just because long, thick boots. But whatever. I'm not going to be doing a lot of crazy poses where that's a deal breaker. Like I was saying, while being careful with the Artisan hair, the head can look all up and down, side to side, and all that with no issue. And the neck gives you some extra support to move it around as well. So that way you're not worried about it. So, love it. Love the articulation given to us. And with that, like I was saying previously, everything's sculpted that needs to be sculpted phenomenally well. His glove, you can kind of see my mess up there, which I fixed later, which is, his garment underneath kind of separating it. That wasn't intentional. My bad. But his belt, all that molded beautifully. These cloth goods, they have color matching to a T. I love it all. Absolutely stellar work. Great. Getting this on made me feel like I was going to have a heart attack. Read your instructions. I'm not going to try to give you any advice on doing it because somebody will leave a comment saying, I did what you did and it broke. Give me money. It is cool. It gets hidden too much by the long sleeves and everything like that. So definitely not using it on my display. If we ever got like a damaged, like garments one or something like that, could definitely see more interested in using it. But for this figure, it's just, for how beautiful it is for that much to be hidden, and then we just get this hand, the trade-off really isn't that worth it. So I'm going to roll with the goods. I tried my hand at one of my Darth Vader DX bases, and while I do love it, I actually like it a lot. I just wish I need to get a plug for the back, but I think something like that would have looked really, really cool. I'm not saying that's way better. Still cool. This is me working with the hood a lot because, like I said, really scared to mess with the hood on top of the hair. I really try a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm not the best at posing hoods anyways. Maybe you have better luck than I do. Beautiful though. Under the right lighting conditions, this thing is beautiful and you can get some really cool workings done with it. The red on this pops very well. Mind you, I also have a red stage light to kind of amplify this tones here. But this figure is a beautiful figure. The figure itself, I don't have any hates or any complaints about. I think this is a perfect figure. My complaints were more so with that accessory right there, the lack of a really cool base, and the lack of accessories for a DX. The figure itself, beautiful. But with that, I think it wraps it up. As always, please make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. If you like and share as well, and leave a comment, all of that stuff really helps me and propels me in this channel so I can do more content like this and share stuff that I love and I'm passionate about. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it and being able to have a figure like this in my collection. You let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you love it or hate it, if it's one that you're actively trying to hunt down amidst all this chaos that's with this figure, or if you're waiting to see if an actual Revenge of the Sith one gets announced. As always, this is Nick's Toy Box. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you at the next one. See ya.